everybody. My name is Catherine Blazer. I work with Investor Quarters and REI Live Sarasota. I am so excited to have with us today Shavonda Griffin. She is the queen of getting deals done. She works not only as a realtor, but also as a credit repair specialist and helping individuals get their first home, which I believe is what she's going to be talking to us today about how people can get into Project Home Ownership 101, correct?
Absolutely. Thank you so much. And again, thank you guys for having me on today. Yes, I definitely want to share information in regards to Project Ownership 101. We have been building and growing this thing to the next level. Project Ownership 101 is in regards to first and foremost credit. So what we do is we're looking to first off meet with our clients and walk them from the front door to the back door, walking them all the way through their home into becoming a homeowner. Okay, basically what we do is we go through and we set it up. So we're helping them to understand, educating them about credit, the importance of credit, and how to grow their credit to the next level. I'm excited to share with you guys today a little bit more of detailed information as to what we are doing to build, to help build credit to the next level. One of the new things that we are working on with our youth, okay, throughout our communities, is how to build their credit. In most cases, most people have been informed not to get any credit established by the time they turn 18. You know, you're paying for things cash. And a lot of times children by the age of 18, you know, they're getting ready to go into those college years. And so they're paying for college. Well, what we want to do is we want to help educate them on the importance of establishing credit at the age of 18. What we have been advising our clientele to do with their youth, and to share with their friends and their friends of friends, is to, at the age of 18, purchase a credit trade line for any individual that's turning 18. You know why? Because you're going to set them up the right way. You're setting them up with establishing or helping them to establish credit. So you're helping them build up their credit scores. Okay. With you helping them build up their credit scores, is going to put them at the next level. So by the time they turn 21, we're talking about 700 credit scores here. Okay. We're definitely setting them up to be set in a position to get a good credit score, but we're also educating them on how to best utilize that credit once they do get it established. So most people have not been informed as to how to use credit properly. So you get a credit card and you're thinking, well, I'm just going to go out. I got this new $5,000 credit limit and I'm going to go out and I'm going to spend cash and I'm just going to, you know, buy whatever I want. No. Whenever you get a credit card, and this is a secure credit card as well, what you want to do is learn how to use that credit card properly. So you never want to use over 30% of that credit card. Most people are, you know, flabbergasted when they look at their credit score and how much their credit score goes down when they over exceed that 30% credit limit on that credit card. So what we try to let them know is that the more you pay that credit card down, the more you're going to be better off with getting your credit score to where it is that you want it to be. Yes, you do need revolving credit. Revolving credit is about 30% of your credit score. So if you exceed that 30% ratio on that credit card, it's going to drop your score tremendously. And some people are asking the question, why did my score drop? Because you over exceeded the limit on your credit card. You spent too much money on that credit card. So you definitely want to get credit established, but you want to use that credit wisely, because the more you're using that credit wisely and you keep it under that 30% ratio, and you continuously paying your bill on time, then what you're going to be doing is continuously boosting your credit score up to where you want it to be. That's in the 700s, going closer to that 800 credit ratio. Okay, so you want to keep that score boosting up instead of allowing that score to go down. Now, what we do with your credit, for those that have already established credit, okay, but they may be wondering why their credit score is not going up, what's holding them back. The fact is that they may not have the revolving credit that they need on their credit report, and they have derogatory items. Well, most people feel like, well, let me just go ahead and get this credit trade line. No. What we educate you to do is to first have those derogatory items removed off of your credit report. Then you want to establish that credit with that credit trade line. Because if you have negative items reporting on your credit report, in turn, you turn around and you get this positive trade line, really you're just keeping your score neutral. So you're not boosting your credit score to the next level. And this is what I try to tell people. So if you really want to see the best outcome from establishing a credit trade line, you want to have those negative items removed from that credit report first. Okay. Going through the process as to what we are doing, like I said, we're helping you dispute derogatory items off of your credit report. We do help with negotiating items off of the credit report as well. And when you're negotiating items off of your credit report, a lot of people do not understand that you do have to make sure that you're asking for the right information in return of negotiating any item off. Because just because you're negotiating an item off of your credit report does not mean that the item is going to be removed off of your credit report. So you may have that item that's no longer, charging you interest or anything like that, but it still could be a derogatory mark on your credit report. So when you are asking for derogatory items to be negotiated off, you have to in turn ask for the removal letter so that that item is actually removed off of that credit report. In most cases, most merchants, if you let them know that you want to have this item removed within 72 hours, they will let you know if that's a possibility or not. So, in a lot of times, what they will do is send you an email stating that the item has been paid, not in full, but it's at a zero balance. It's been settled out, so you no longer owe anything on that item. Okay. And you have to have that letter because when you're in the process of getting a home, that letter will then be given to the lender, and the lender can then do the rapid scoring to help boost your credit score to where you want it to be. Okay. So there's a lot of tricks and trades to this game, and we just try to more so educate you on the best way to go about getting yourself properly positioned so that you can be in the right place with where your credit score should be and actually transitioning to where you want it to be, especially when you're looking at home ownership or even boosting that credit score to the next level so you can do any investment properties as well.
Quick question for you, Shavonda. What exactly is a credit trade line?
Okay. Credit trade line is basically a revolving credit trade line that you're going to put on your credit report. So let's say a merchant being like My Jewelers, it could be Kohl's. More so a store is who you're going to get that credit trade line with. Okay. Because I know most people know about secure credit trade lines. Secure credit trade lines is going to take about 6 months, okay, for that credit trade line to show any improvement on your credit report. But an actual credit trade line, which is a credit card that you're using, you may purchase an item from this merchant. So it's not a credit card that you're just taking out and they're going to give you $5,000 cash. No, it's with a merchant that you can purchase items from this particular merchant to help boost your credit score up because it's going to report to all 3 credit bureaus for you. Now, authorized users is another option that we do, advise people of. This is kind of like one of the last case scenarios because sometimes you get on as an authorized user, and let's just say become an authorized user from like a friend or relative or something like that, and you're on their credit card, so they're giving you authorization to be able to use the credit card if you needed to, but it's also allowing your credit score to go up if their credit score is in the right place and they're a good payee. So when you become that authorized user on that particular credit card, what happens is that can boost your credit score up. But if they miss one payment or if they're late or they fall behind and their credit score drops, guess what? Yours will drop too. So we try to give you the information to help better assist you. And if it's your credit trade line, then it's your credit trade line alone. And it's going to be based upon your own accountability as to how you're making that credit trade line work for you.
So it looks like there's a couple questions. Go ahead.
Yeah, I saw that question pop up. It says, am I affiliated? I'm sorry, do I work for the company that does a credit trade line? No, I don't. I am an affiliate of the company that does a credit trade line for the clients. And what I do is I submit your information to that particular that merchant company so that they can then set it up to have your credit trade line established through their company directly. And there's a couple different credit companies or credit trade line companies that we do work with. Okay. Was there any other questions on that one?
Not that oh, here we go. How much does it cost to borrow?
Okay, so to establish a credit trade line, there's different requirements with different credit companies that you're going to establish a credit trade line with, different merchant companies. So with the merchant company, let's say there's one, and it may give you a credit trade line of up to about $1,800. Okay, that credit trade line, you're basically paying for the trade line itself, and that credit trade line may cost you up to about $160. And that's for $1,800. I think there's one that costs about $180. And you pay maybe $60 down up front, and then they let you pay the remainder of that over the next 6 months that they're going to be reporting to the credit bureaus for you. There's another credit trade line where you put down basically $99 to become a member of that credit trade line, but then you also have to purchase an item of at least over $100, so it can be $101. So you have to put down 50% of that item that you purchased plus pay the $99. So that's about $150 down. And then it reports to the credit bureaus for you up to a year. This is my favorite. It's going to give you about a $5,000 credit limit on that particular card. So basically you've paid out of pocket a total of about $200 because there's 2 more months that you're going to pay on the remaining $50 from the item that you purchased, but it's still going to continue to report to the credit bureaus for up to a year. So what we normally do with our clients is once we get the derogatory items off of their credit report for them and we set them up with a credit trade line, then in turn, what this does is that this will boost up their credit score. So when they're looking to purchase their home, we get their credit scores to where they need them to be. So this is going to get them a better interest rate. Okay.
Perfect. We
All
like
right.
better interest rates.
Okay, that's good. All right, and also for anyone that's looking to do investments as well, we do that for them. And then I do have some clients that will call in and they already have maybe scores in the 700s. How do you remove the derogatory without them paying off the debt? Okay, I'll answer that in one moment. So, yeah, so with the credit trade line, again, this information will continue to report if you choose that one for up to a year. And even the one for 6 months, it'll continue to report to the credit bureaus for you. And then, like I said, if you're in the 700s, it definitely will boost that score up to put you in the place of becoming closer to that 800 credit score that you're looking to get. Now, how do we remove the derogatory items? That is our secret. I don't give away the ingredients, but same time, I will let you know. I will let you know that basically what we do is we ask for those items to be validated. If they cannot provide the correct, proper information in regards to validating those items for you, they automatically have to be removed off of your credit report. So there are certain items that we do ask for in regards to the validation. Even when they come back and they say, we have validated this item as your particular item, then we go back and we say, no, this is not the proper validation that we did request from you. So this item still needs to be removed because blah, 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 blah. And so then we submit the information back to them again. And so it's a process that we go through. So we have a couple of different rebuttal letters that we submit to the credit bureaus and the collection agencies in regards to removing those items off so that you're not having to pay for those items out of pocket. And I'll tell you this, in most cases, the reason why people do more so negotiate items off is just because they want to get it done like, yesterday. I know it didn't happen overnight. It took a while for them to get those items on their credit report. So I do always advise give us at least 3 to 4 months to see the results that you're really looking for. Sometimes it can be a little bit longer. Let's just say that if you have a repossession or if there's an eviction or if there's a foreclosure or if there's a bankruptcy, those items can definitely, push the ratio as of to it taking up to about 6 to 12 months before you can actually start seeing those items come off. And it does also depend on the circumstances of that situation, because we've had certain instances where it's like there was wage garnishment that was put upon a couple of our clients. I do go to court. I'm not a lawyer, but I will act as one in regards to just representing you the right way and asking the right questions, presenting the right information so that any wage garnishments can be lifted, or if they're trying to come after you in any type of way to, press charges or anything like that, we can definitely work with those companies so that, you're not put in a bad state, or, they're not pressing charges against you, or they're not garnishing your wages.
Awesome. That's exciting.
It is. It is. I have very exciting days.
Yes. Sounds like a good resource for people trying to repair, and realtors for your buyers that are right on the cusp of getting what they want.
Absolutely. Absolutely. And I can tell you guys this, in regards to a lot of you that are looking to do investment properties, with the program that we do have in place, I work with a couple of different lenders, okay? And we do have down payment assistance that's out there right now. I know that there's a lot that's been going on due to COVID. But my goal is to always target and reach out to those lenders that can definitely help with the clientele that we have. Because we do always have people that are in need of assistance with, down payment assistance, and even those that are looking to invest. We do have a lender that we do work with. that does investment loans, and she's always willing to give a helping hand. If she cannot do the investment loan for you or get you in the position to be able to best do that, then she does connect you with other lenders that are able to do that for you as well. But then she does have additional programs that she can definitely line you up with, that can get you in a pretty good position as long as you have the right credit score. And if you don't have the right credit score, then there are things that we do to help get you in position to have that right credit score, the correct credit score that you would need.
Yeah. I'm really excited that all of my lenders are starting to open back up and I'm able to
Good.
write more products again because we've got the private money back in the market and
Mhm.
as well as the other conventional and loans coming back out. So that's exciting.
Absolutely. And
So
I
tell
tell you that, go ahead and ask the question.
Oh, I was going to ask you, so tell us a little bit about Project Home Ownership
That's what I
101
was about.
coming.
Project ownership. Basically, what we do is we've connected with different small businesses throughout the community, because what we do is we have more agents that are coming aboard our team. They want to learn more about the credit repair company, and what we do is we train them how to become credit repair specialists. So we're giving them the inside information, teaching them enough so that they would have more information or guidelines so that they can help more individuals. So we're asking for more agents to come on board our team. And what we've done is we've set up different locations, like I said, with different businesses throughout, and we also have 6 new office locations. So we're offering classes in regards to Project Ownership 101. What we do entail in these different classroom settings is we're helping people to get lined up to get their insurance licensing with the state of Florida. We also align them up with a accredited school that does teach real estate. And they can take real estate courses through the affiliation with us, but connecting them through the actual real estate school that's accredited with the state of Florida. We also do computer classes to help teach those or guide those through the direction of understanding a little bit more of how to navigate through your computer system. And then, of course, like I said, we do the credit repair specialist classes, because what we're doing is we're teaching our families basically how to get their credit lined up in the best position, how to go and move forward, because we're also restructuring their student loans for them to decrease that debt to income ratio to get them in the best position when they're looking to purchase that home as well. And then we're connecting them then with the mortgage broker that then in turn connects them with a lender that will best suit them for what they're looking to be positioned in when they're talking about going into home ownership. And that's why we say Project Ownership 101. So we're walking them from point A to point Z, giving them the best understanding and educating them along the way. Now, once they do get into their homes, what we're doing is we're actually revamping, and we're teaching our families about generational wealth and how to build that generational wealth. In regards to doing that, we're lining them up so that they then in turn understand how to make sure that their families are secure. We're setting them up with the investment policies, which are insurance policies, as well as mutual fund investment policies, so that then they are teaching their children along with them, learning themselves how to best be set up in the best financial position that they can be. Okay. And then how to allow their credit score to not only continuously go up, but how to allow their finances to be put in the best position so that, as they move forward in life, they're not putting themselves in a situation where they're going back into debt. They're getting out of debt and they're building generational wealth for their family and, like I said, their children and their children's children to come.
So I've got a question for you, Shavonda. With all of the stress and concern that is going on in coronavirus times right now, what do you see? What would be one or two mistakes that you see a lot of normal average people making that is going to affect their credit long term?
Okay, I can tell you too right off the bat. Do not fall for you can put this on the back end of your loan, or don't pay your car note right now. Wait until later. Just call us and let us know you're going to be late. No, pay your bills. Don't pay your landlord. They can't evict you. Pay your bills. Okay. Don't pay your utility bills right now. You can wait until pay your bills, because I'll tell you what, most people that thought that this was going to be okay and they can just sit back and use that money for something else, or not, put it to what it's supposed to be put toward, as far as paying the bills, making sure your car notes paid, making sure the bills are paid on time. What we're doing is now we're having to fight off a lot of late payments, and we're having to fight off the debt of the interest that have been put on the back end of those bills that are being paid late. or the people that are being paying those bills late, their credit score going down tremendously, and them not understanding that, you know, just because this is what the government might have put out there, when does it really take effect, or how is it going to affect you in the long run? Another thing is with student loans. They've said, well, you know, you're in deferment until September 30th. Well, what these student loan companies are coming back saying, even though they're with the government, they're saying, well, I'm a private entity, or, you know, we're our own entity. And so therefore we can actually start charging you the interest rate back on these loans prior to September 30th. So we have been fighting through getting a lot of our clients into forbearance so that they're not having the interest rate hit them and knocking their credit scores back down before that time frame of them saying that they're out of deferment.
Okay. So keep paying your bills. Don't fall
Yes.
for it. Don't take any late payments. Do everything you
No,
can. Keep it coming in.
exactly.
Very good. That's one of the
Exactly.
things that I've watched on the news, and I'm like, I can't even watch the news anymore because it's every day. I feel like it's a new thing saying, hey, you don't have to pay for another 3 months. And it just,
Don't believe the hype. Please don't believe it. Please do not. Because if you do, you're going to put yourself in a worse situation. I see more people that are falling into debt because they're believing the hype of what the media is putting out there, and it's not the right information, or maybe they're putting it out there prematurely and it's not coming to effect yet. I don't know what the situation is, but what I will state is that people are falling into a crisis situation because they are waiting to pay those bills. I just had someone waited 2 months to pay their car note. They went down over 100 points on their credit score, so that stopped them from getting into an apartment that they were looking to get. So I'm telling you, don't wait on it. Do not.
so Shavonda, your project ownership, and I didn't realize this, will actually take people through how to start having an income and finding a job and a career, correct?
Correct. Correct. That's our overall goal. Just because we definitely want to line people up. And a lot of times when people are looking to get into their homes, you know, again, like I said, people fall into debt. And the one thing that I noticed coming into the real estate business was that people were being put in a position where they get these, you know, credit scores. And a lot of times, you know, creditors that realtors were working with, they would give them an authorized user. They would make them an authorized user that will boost their score for about 45 days. Okay, they boost their score for about 45 days, but then when they get into the homes, they're back down to a 400 credit score, a 480 credit score. So the person is then upset and they're trying to figure out what the heck happened. I thought I had a good credit score. Well, no, you had a good credit score for about 45 days and nothing really was taken off of your credit report. So it puts you right back where you started out. So now you're in your home, now you're back in debt, and now you really can't do anything that you were looking to do other than pay your bills. And now you're robbing Peter to pay Paul. You're in a house, but you're not enjoying the home because you're working day in, day out, trying to make those bills meet. So what we do is we line people up to whereas you can go into your home and you're positioned mentally in a better way, because we're helping you to establish the right type of credit. And I can tell you that majority of our clients that do go into their homes, they don't have to pay any cash out of pocket because they're still lined up properly with their credit scores in the right position to where they can go into, you know, a furniture store and say, I want that. And they, because they have such good credit, they're not paying anything out of pocket. And that makes me smile. That makes me glad because of the fact that, you know, you're going into a home, you've just spent out all this money out of pocket, you know, for your down payment, or it might be, you know, all that the person has, but then they can still fix their home up the way that they want to because they have the right credit. So it gives them that much power to be able to do that.
That's amazing. That makes my heart smile. So how can people get lined up if they need to with project ownership?
Absolutely, definitely give us a call. We do have several different office locations, but definitely what you want to do is reach out to me and I can line you up. If you have clients that you want to have reach out to me, I can definitely line you up in the right way. And I do work with different lenders, different realtors, different brokers. And what happens is if I am working with different realtors on your individual's clients' credit report, then I'm going to send their clients back to you ready to go, and get them in position so that, you know, it's a walk in the park for you to set them up with the lenders that you're working with. And so it puts them in a good position, puts you in a good position. So you can contact me at 941-225-9778. You can also reach our customer service team at 866-477-5577. And then you can also reach us on projectownership101.com.
Okay, Shavonda, I wasn't quick enough for those phone numbers. So it's 866-477-45.
No, it's 866-477-5577. My
So
direct number, you guys can always reach me on 941-225-9778.
and
And then our website is projectownership101.com.
perfect. Okay, everybody, I just put those in the group chat for you if you guys need them. Of course, you can always reach back out to us, and I'm happy to share and connect you over with Shavonda and her team. They are amazing to work with. And I will say, since the first day I met her, God, it's been over a year, it's all
Yeah.
about communication. So, and that's really what makes her on the credit repair side top of the line, because she continues to communicate. And that is such a big embedded piece of who she is, that she communicates with the lenders, the credit people. I don't know exactly who they are, but all of those people at higher ups. And she just continues to communicate with your clients as well as with you, and keeping everybody in the loop, which it makes a difference in real estate, because that's always when you're pulling your hair out, is when you don't have communication and open line. So she's wonderful to work with.
Thank you. And so are you. I
Yes.
greatly appreciate you guys and all the help that you provided my way as well.
Are there any other questions before we let her get back to her busy day? And I know that there were a couple people who logged on late. I will be editing this and putting this up on our YouTube channel and then back out to our Facebook. So if you check back probably by Friday, I'll have it out there.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Well, thank
All
you so
right.
much, Rhonda, and I hope you have
I
a great
have a
rest.
question. Yeah. Hi.
Okay.
Sorry.
Hi.
Hey,
Um,
Grace.
yeah, hi there. Good to see everyone. So
Good
my
to see you.
question is, what happens when you have like 10 credit cards but you keep them, you pay them off at the end of the month, you don't go over the credit limit. Um, I use that as a way to build credit.
Mm-hmm.
So what is your recommendation on, I want to build my credit. I have like a good score, very, I'm
Okay.
almost excellent, but I want to build that up.
Okay. With those 10 credit cards, I would definitely advise you not to get another one. And I would say you want to continue to pay those credit cards down. Now, I know that you said you're almost at excellent, and that's because you're making those payments on time. You can always ask for a credit increase on one of those cards before trying to establish like another credit card. Ask for a credit increase, okay? And when you ask for that credit increase, continue to stay up under that 30% ratio and pay those cards down. What I will advise too is, because you have just so many cards, why don't you try paying just a couple of those cards off and limit
They're
yourself to
all,
maybe about, go ahead.
yeah, they're all paid off. I just have them because you get the bonuses.
Okay, if they're all paid off, then what I do tell any individual, keep at least about 3 of those cards open. Okay, keep about 3 of them open. Even if you're spending, money on gas or groceries, just something light, and you pay them down, but don't pay them completely down to zero balance. Pay it to where you have about $5, $10 left on the balance. Okay, and that'll keep that card revolving for you. So use about 3 of those cards, keep it rotating, so then that way, like I said, that will continue to build your credit score up for you.
Okay. And if I wanted to get more credit cards, how many times, I know that they hit your credit report when you apply for a card. And supposedly,
Yes.
there's the soft ones, the hard hits. And
Right.
so people say, oh, well, if you're going to get credit cards, you're applying for credit, you should do like 3 in one shot. Like, because then it's not like a direct hit when you do it all in 1 week or 3 days versus like doing one now, one at the end of the month, and just the way they hit your credit when they go in. Do you have any any knowledge about that? If I'm
With
going
the
to get
credit
3 more
inquiries,
credit, huh?
you're saying with the credit inquiries when they're hitting your credit score, you're going to
Yes,
establish 3 more credit cards if you already have 10.
yeah,
Is that what
because
you're saying?
I'm going to close some out and get
Okay.
some more. Yeah,
Okay.
that's the game I play.
Okay.
So
All right. I
I
see the
just
game that you're playing. You're playing the numbers game. Okay. So if you're going to play the numbers game, yes, it all depends on too when those credit cards are reporting to the credit bureaus. So that's a question that you can always ask that merchant prior to applying for that particular credit card or any credit card. Ask when the score is going to hit the credit bureaus, okay? So then you will then know when the best time it is to go ahead and get your credit card. And I can tell you that the credit bureaus are going to be reporting to your credit score. The best time to also check your credit scores are around the 5th of the month, okay? The 15th
Okay.
and around the 29th.
Okay. Thank
All
you.
right. You're welcome.
Shavonda, there was another question that came into the chat. Is there an advantage to closing out some cards that have a zero balance?
Yes, like I said, the more credit cards you have, I mean, it doesn't hurt you, but you don't want to have over the amount of credit cards that you really need. Technically, I would say, no more than like 4 to 5 credit cards max. If you're going to be utilizing credit cards, my preference would be about 3. Because just like I think that was Miss Grace I was just speaking to, it is a numbers game, and that's all the credit system is. It's a numbers game, knowing how to work the numbers game, and even maybe paying credit cards down prior to the date that they're going to actually be reporting to the credit bureau. So let's just say that they're going to report on the 12th, and if you pay down that credit card, let's just say that you went up to the max of the 30%. And you want to pay it down, and you want to pay a little bit more down than what the actual payment is that you're supposed to be paying that month. Instead of $25, you're going to pay $100 on that card that month. Then yeah, that's going to help boost your score up a little bit more too.
Okay, awesome. Did that answer your question, Valerie? Perfect. Looks like it did.
All right.
Okay. Are there any other questions before we let Shavonda go on with her day?
And you guys are more than welcome to reach out to me at any time. Sometimes I'm busy, but at the same time, if I can't speak with you right then, I'll definitely always give you a call back, or I'll shoot you a text if I'm in a meeting. So again, you can always reach out to me, and I'm always, I have an open door policy, so I'm always willing and ready to reach back out to you as well, and ready to have a conversation with you. So if there's personal questions that you want to get more in depth with, you guys feel more than welcome to reach out to me, and I'll be glad to answer.
Okay. Thank you so much for joining us today, Shavonda, and sharing your wealth of knowledge with us. We truly appreciate it.
And I appreciate you guys. You have a blessed day.
Thanks. You too. Bye-bye.